Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Friday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Please pick and note these numbers: 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Please note these numbers. Community Voices, sponsored by Adama West Africa, and we'll get to hear from you from your community's perspective. Also, we'd like to say a very big thank you to all our affiliates across the country, Lolonyo, and all our kind people who have who continue to share what we put out here on Johnny's Bite. This morning, we are happy that you could join us, and thank you so much indeed for connecting with us. The Ghana Meteo has also told us that it's going to be hotter and hotter. So you want to hydrate a lot. You want to drink a lot more fluids, a lot more water. You want to drink a lot more liquid stuff, that will keep your body properly hydrated. It's important that you do, and always make sure that you are properly hydrated. But this morning, I want to begin the conversation by guiding you through what a young man went through. A young man who belongs to the middle class, what he went through. He, in some years back, just pull up the Facebook, post for me so that we can go through it. A Facebook post sharing how much he bought a car battery for. A Facebook post sharing how much he bought a car battery for. Now, this man on Facebook is known as Jonathan A. Syme. He says, I bought the Bosch battery I am currently using 2 years ago at 630 Ghana cedis. This same battery, as at today, is going for 1,600 Ghana cedis. I bought the previous one in 2020 for 500 Ghana cedis. So from 500 Ghana cedis in 2020 to 630 Ghana cedis in 2022, and now to 1,600 cedis in 2024. I go over it. I bought the Bosch battery I'm currently using 2 years ago at 630 Ghana cedis. This same battery, as of today, is going for 1,600 Ghana cedis. I bought the previous one in 2020 for 500 Ghana cedis. So from 500 Ghana cedis in 2020 to 630 Ghana cedis in 2022 and to 1,600 Ghana cedis in 2024. Does that mean that we will buy the same battery for 2,400 cedis in 2024, given that we use 150% increase in price? And that's the attached receipt. Now, you want to pause and ask yourself, keep this on. So when we are told that inflation has dropped and we are being showed all manner of figures, this man, who is also a member of the middle class, he's a family man, he says he bought a car battery in 2020, even in the COVID era, for 500 Ghana cedis. And then 2 years after, because he has a habit of changing his battery every 2 years, he bought it for 630 cedis. Then fast forward to 2 years after that, he's now been told to buy it at 1,600 Ghana cedis. Put a pro forma invoice for me. There's a pro forma invoice. So this is a pro forma invoice and walk-in customer. Yesterday we did all the calculation. Bosch SMF 57220 15 PLT, 15 plate, is one piece, right? Is 1,600 cedis. So let's see the breakdown. Get fund 2.5%. That's 32 Ghana cedis, 8138. So the subtotal is 1,312.55. NHI at 2.5 is 32, same figures. COVID at 1% is 13.1255. Subtotal and levies is 1,391.303. VAT 15%, 208 Ghana cedis, 69.55. So a total of 1,600 for a car battery. A car battery that cost 500 cedis in 2020. And he's asking the cogent question. So in 2026, will we buy it at 2,400 cedis? Come to me. That has been the bane of many young people. But when you talk about these things, they tell you, oh, inflation has come down. And we brought inflation down from 50-something% to 20-something%. Then the question I ask is, who took the inflation from wherever it was to 50-something%? Who? Was it me or my son Kuku or Brimpong? Who did it? Who took inflation from wherever to wherever? Then we will be told that, oh, we are turning the corner. We are getting out of the woods. I am buying a car battery that I bought in 2020 for 500 Ghana cedis at 1,600 cedis in just 4 years apart. And you are telling me that you are turning the corner. Which corner are you turning? Which corner are you really turning? Which corner? We need to watch it, though. We need to watch it. The young people, the middle class, they are becoming angry and worried by the day. We need to watch it. And we cannot be explaining away their issues with English and downplaying it and ridiculing them and forcing them into partisan clothing. Because if I go to the shop to want to buy a car battery, it will be sold to me like everybody else. I have not benefited from $12 million Ejapa deal, botched Ejapa deal. Nor have I benefited from $2 million botched SkyTrain deal. And all the others that you can think about. So when you spend 1,600 on a car battery, you feel it in your intestines. Those who have had the benefit of some of those monies, ill-gotten wealth, unexplained wealth, when you talk about thousands, they say, that's what they tell you. Now, as synonymous with this program, Johnny's Bite, we have scorecards. Take me to NCC. And this week, I showed you one scorecard from Kolebu Teaching Hospital. I will show you another scorecard. Because I remember very well when I started talking about NCCE, Chapel Hill, I started talking about all those mutual fund, they owed mutual, they owe them monies, NCCE itself, they appear, and they say, hey, in fact, they even held a meeting at NCCE, my sources tell me. And they said, you have taken a matter to Johnny Hughes on Johnny's Bite. You think that is what will bring you the money? And sometimes I ask myself, but why do the leaders of some of these institutions and some of the key people in the institutions, why do they do that? The matter has obviously gone beyond you. The matter was an issue with the finance ministry not releasing money. The matter was with Ken Oforiatta not doing the needful. But because they are appointees of the regime, they are all afraid and quiet. And I know the meetings that some of your top people had with some other top people trying to convince me to back down. Today they have been paid. Now this is a letter dated the 6th of December 2023, a release, circular, from the NCCE, and it is to all staff. And I read it with great joy because it is my scorecard. Again, to those out there, when they send you to come and attack me, ask those who are sending you, what is your scorecard? Because the man, he's consistently showing scorecards. Payment of outstanding Provident Fund contributions. Management is pleased to inform you that the process of migrating our Provident Fund to Axis Pensions Trust Cedar Master Trust Fund has been completed. In view of this, payment of outstanding withdrawal requests will begin by Monday, the 11th of December 2023, and it has indeed happened largely. Kindly note that when Axis Pensions Trust agreed to take up the scheme's liabilities, it did so based on the withdrawal amount calculated at the time of the request by Old Mutual Pensions Trust and not on current balances. Payment will therefore be based on initial requests. We have also attached forms to be completed by members who wish to opt out of the scheme going forward, and I'm told that they have been asked to hold on with that. As indicated in our earlier circular on the matter in January 23, delisting from the Provident Fund scheme will imply withdrawal from the Welfare Group Life and Loan scheme as well. Please bear in mind that should you choose to opt out of the scheme now, you will not be readmitted at any point. When the Provident Fund payment process is completed, management and union will engage all staff on the status of other welfare schemes. On behalf of management, we express sincere appreciation for your patience through the challenging times and count on your cooperation. Dora Hammond, Mrs. is Director Administration for Chairman, and you have all the chairmen there. So, Kathleen, Adi and your team at NCC, thank you. But in future, please note that what energizes me is actually when you put people together and tell them that you are taking the thing here, you think it will end results. Me, I don't back down. So long as I know that what I'm doing and what I'm saying is factual and is right, I don't back down. So congratulations to you, and I wish all the NCC staff who have gotten their payments well. Those who have not gotten, we will be on the matter so that you get your things done. And while I serve this notice, I want to serve notice to, there's something that's striking. There are a lot of retirees who are still at post who don't want to go away. One of such is at Ghana prisons. And the annoying thing that they say that you have taken the matter to Johnnie Hughes, you think that he can do anything. He did not appoint me, so he cannot sack me. When I hear those things, it energizes me. It makes me dig further to bring out the documents. And the only thing I keep saying to myself is that, oh, go ahead. You are a retiree who has been given contract. Or sometimes you are a retiree who doesn't even have the contract, but you are there hanging on because you know people in higher places. Those people you know in higher places will not be in power forever. When they leave, it is when they leave and your uniform has been taken off you and your pecs have been stripped off you and you are in your house as a private Mr. So-so and so. That is when Johnnie Hughes will come with the documents and go through the courts to find you and hold you by the hook. So go ahead, do what you want to do. Feel free, do it. Threaten people, gather people and train them for election duties. Go ahead, feel free. Organize the meetings and tell them stuff. Feel free. When your people leave, those who are covering you, when they leave and your head is defenseless, that is when I'll bring the documents that I have on you. And then we will see if I appointed you or you were serving us and you were earning from our salaries and you were earning from our taxes. The level of impunity in this country must stop. And it cuts across where you have retirees who are either looking for contract extensions, who have not been given that, and they go to work literally to torment everybody who disagrees, who think that they should not be there. If after 30 years or so of serving your country at a very high position, you still feel not so comfortable to go out honorably, to go and play with your grandchildren, there's a problem with you. Because when it got to a time for you to be elevated, somebody moved up or away so that you could come into the picture. Jack Ma says at 60, you need to go home and play with your grandchildren. In our case, at 60, that is where people try to find space there. And we will be telling young people that there are no jobs. There's another striking thing that we need to know. You see, the security services, in the next maybe 10 years, the level of impunity that we'll have in the security services, you have no idea. Because we are recruiting family and friends We are recruiting people who don't meet the height requirement. We are recruiting people who don't have the right temperament. We are recruiting people who are not even submitting themselves to the rudimental and regimental rules of the security institutions. We are recruiting people who are partisan political connections. We are recruiting people who will not pay attention and respect law and order within their ranks. And some of them come in and they are just slapped them, officer call, bam. I told you GRA is presently recruiting people. They are training at Gimpa. They give them breakfast and lunch. We have our people amongst them. Oh yes, we have our people. I say, when you think that you are doing the thing to hide it, don't think that you are hiding it. Oh, we already know we are closer to you than you ever think. We are closer to you than you can ever think about, that you can ever envision. So you continue, go ahead. Everybody has been talking about Reverend Amis Adai, that he is an old man. He doesn't have a contract. He's still at post. When you enter GRA, you see their top people. You see old women, old men at the top. GRA. When you enter fire service, you see them. They are all over the place. And the painful part is that they are the ones who the churches will invite to come and say, Harvest Committee Chairman. Then they'll come and sit there, big man, and they'll be giving money. And they are not even ashamed that the young people that they are trying to impress with these monies do not have jobs. And if the young people had jobs, they would not necessarily be called to be Harvest Committee Chairman. The young people too can pull resources together to also help their churches and individuals and pay for their little brothers and sisters to also go to school. There's no fellow feeling in this country. It's just greed, hypocrisy, greed, hypocrisy. That is what we have in this country. Take me to Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital.
I'm sure you will also have heard about dialysis situation at Korle Bu. The truth is that we at Komfo Anokye presently have, I usually say 1.5 dialysis machines. And it's because one is working at full capacity, the other is working at fault. And so what it means is that we are no longer able to receive patients from outside for dialysis. So the dialysis in this hospital is restricted to 2 patients who are within the hospital. One of the most difficult calls I have had to make as a chief executive was when I was approached by my medical director and who posed a question as to whether or not he was okay to send patients who needed dialysis to private facilities for dialysis. As difficult as our call was, it had to be made because we do not have sufficient dialysis machines. And Mr. Minister, the truth is that for each dialysis session, it takes 4 hours. And so what it means is that if you have 2 dialysis machines in-house and you have, say, 5 patients who need dialysis, what it means is that if God does not intervene, then by the time he gets to the turn of the 5th person, he probably would have popped off. And so we are praying that with your visit, and as we have brought this to your attention, plans will be put afoot to ensure that some of this retooling that needs to be done in our hospital is done. I'm sure.
So that's the boss at Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital.
Right.
Did you hear what he said? It brings me back to what the expose I did at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, the renal department, the 4 million Ghana cedis that was owed, how the place was shut down. 19 people died because they couldn't afford. And Korle Bu at the time was even charging illegal fees that had not been approved by Parliament. It took us to show receipts because the CEO told lies through his teeth that it has not started. We showed receipts on the show because we took people through it and we paid monies for people to be able to go through it so we can have the evidence. Because sometimes when they make the calls and they tell people in higher places, they say, but so me, I like hardcore evidence to hold the paper, to hold the video. I've told you that in the past, some senior journalists used to tell us stories in our lecture halls without evidence, and we believe them. Today, they have turned around. They said the kind of journalism we are practicing is not top-notch. We who are showing video and documents and pictures. Same thing, Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital, such an embarrassment to us as a country. How much does a dialysis machine cost? How much? $60,000, $80,000. How much did we spend on the National Cathedral without approval from Parliament? How much? And you have those same set of people coming to you to come and campaign to tell you. I mean, I see Dr. Josayi on the campaign. She's advising. What are you advising? Professor Pokunyina, what are you advising? Reverend Kusi Boateng, double identity. What are you advising? National Cathedral. I see a Japan deal, $12 million. So where is our nationalistic thinking? Where is it? The nationalistic thinking, where is it? I had to come here to speak about one teacher, one laptop, 3 weeks ago. Party people came on social media insulting me that I should go and ask the teacher unions. The teacher unions threatened to go and sue. And yesterday, I got the information that they have started the distribution of the laptops. And I asked myself, so if you had the laptops, why do I have to come and stand here and talk about it and show that you are going to be sued before you move to go and share the laptops? Why? Laptops that you yourself have gone into an agreement with teacher unions and the education ministry and everybody else, and you said that in 12 months you would deliver. The laptops were there. So what was blocking the distribution? KA Technologies are distributing the laptops now, I am told. And I'm happy for that. I would say kudos to them. But then I asked the big question, why did it have to take me to talk about it before the laptops went to the teachers? Because they need those laptops to teach the children in the schools. That's the primary objective. So today, if you do not have money to go to a private facility and you go to Komfo Anokye, or go to Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, or you go to Central Regional Teaching Hospital, or you go to Efiankwata or wherever it is, and because they don't have dialysis machine, you could die. That's your death sentence in a country called Ghana, Ghana beyond aid. What are our priorities? What really are our priorities? I keep asking myself that question every single day. And you have young people defending this level of, forgive my friend, stupidity. Because it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital has one functional dialysis machine, optimally functional, and one that is functioning with a fault. Are you kidding me? Good morning.